That was the last straw for me and mine. We packed up the next day for greener pastures. Luzerne's a ghost town now, friend. Don't go near it. Written warning. Welcome, humble adventurers, to my realm of knowledge and mystery. Here, in my cursed library, are endless tomes and scrolls on the darkest and evilest... Wake up, sheeple! Your regularly scheduled, boring-ass library visit has been cancelled. Instead, I bring you something far more interesting. It's time for Agev and Kain in the morning. That's right, it's morning radio, or whatever can be called morning here in Evernight. We will look at the news, the weather, the traffic in any realm, any plane, and any space in between. We'll answer some questions from listeners, solve some problems, and maybe even do a long-distance dedication. I'm your host, Kain Castor, and with me always is my puppers, Agev. It's Morning Roundup on TTRPG 91.5 FM.
1, 2. More fire, more heat. Yeah.
So, good morning to all of you. We are broadcasting live from Evernight City, deep in the Shadowfell. Now, for those of you who do not know, every city in your precious material plane has, in the Shadowfell, what some call a dismal echo. Personally, I think that's a terrible term, and is very material planist. But that is for a vastly different debate. So here I am, broadcasting from the echo side of Neverwinter. For those of you thinking, ooh, Neverwinter is so much better than Evernight, let me remind you that Evernight has yet to blow up. Despite lack of trying. God, we want to really blow up this city. On to local news. Shadowvar agents have announced the opening of a new Blink Dog Park. They would like to remind you of some guidelines. Blink dogs are not permitted in the Blink Dog Park. People are not allowed in the Blink Dog Park. You may see hooded Shadowvar agents in the Blink Dog Park. Do not approach them. Do not approach the Blink Dog Park. Do not look at the Blink Dog Park. It will not hurt you. Am I allowed to say this? Feels like someone else's shtick. What? This is only a parody homage for a one-off April Fool's episode, so we should be okay? Gotcha! Castle Nowhere, our disappearing, reappearing castle, has blinked back into existence this morning. So take this chance while you can to do the Silver Coin Tour. It's an amazing experience, but just make sure you are out by closing or you may never leave again. Temple Filth, our local place of worship for Orcus, the demon prince of the undead, is hosting its latest community outreach program. Starting tomorrow, their Coin for Corpses program will be in full swing. Do you have a corpse that you don't need? Trade it in for honest coin. No questions asked. And, as a limited time offer, they will even take care of that living soul in said corpse. Tired of dealing with a troublesome grandma? Don't know what to do about that annoying boss? Are you being cucked by your high school bully? We can help with that. Orcus is here for you. We'll be back with Agev and Kain in the morning after we pay some bills. Right after these messages, folks. Stay tuned and don't go anywhere. Mainly because it's dangerous to walk outside in Evernight. Are your dungeons lame? Do adventurers and dragons avoid it? Is a cold the most devastating thing you can catch in your traps? Do people judge you by your dungeon, or worse still, never remember it? Well, don't worry, we can help here at Moghadam Industries. We'll give your dungeon the Moghadam makeover. We can bring your dungeon from the Tomb of Sorrows to the Tomb of Horrors. That's right. No more boring-ass dungeons. No more mediocre traps. And finally, You will have a dungeon that not only will adventurers remember, but they will fear. Mohadam Makeover. That's right, it's the service offered by Mohadam Industries, here to renovate your dungeons. Thank you and call
0118 999 88199 9119 7253.
And we're back. So we're going to start off this morning with a listener question sent to us via Sending Spell. Now this comes from a half-elf sorcerer named Quinn. Let's listen. 2 men are guarding doors. Only one can speak truth and one can only lie. One door leads to death, the other to safety. Help. Well, that's a concise message we got there in 25 words or less. Now this is the classic riddle, and I've seen this many of times. You know, before I got into this celeb business of being on the high-class world of morning radio, I was an adventuring warlock. So I've come across this puzzle a lot. It seems to be that go-to puzzle. So I have an answer for you, and because it's sending in 25 words or less. Let's give it a shot. Screw the guards. Send a trap badger in and see if it survives. Don't have one? Send something just as useless. Perhaps the paladin? Send. Alright, I hope that helps, Quinn, and good luck. And if it doesn't, remember, this advice was only given for comedic and entertainment purposes. Our lawyers would like to advise you that we are not legally responsible for any dead PCs, adventurers, or just any lame NPCs that the DM is currently playing because he's a forever DM and hasn't had a chance to play in a very, very, very long time. Yeah. Anyways, this message was brought to you by our sponsor, Xanathar Brand Eyeliner. Do you want your eyes to look stunning? Do you want your eyes to have greater definition and symmetry? Do you want your eyes to stand out? Then try Xanathar Eyeliner. And remember, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And now, it's time for the weather. So, we're going to zoom in here on Greyhawk weather today on the world of Orth. Taking a look now, it seems that we are slated for a gust of wind, which will eventually lead into lightning dropping from the sky, as if it was called. Now, this may cause some erupting earths, but don't worry about those winds, because we're going to try and control winds and get them under control. In fact, we may just try and control weather altogether. Maybe with the sunbursts, a storm of vengeance, or a goddamn tsunami. That's right, a druid and a cleric are having a spell battle using weather spells. Without caring about the job of me, your weather reporter, those hardworking farmers who are trying to carefully grow crops, anyone trying to sail a ship, or how sad my dog's gonna be when a tsunami washes away his favorite stick. God damn, with spells like that, a weatherman's job is terrible. I mean, it's terrible to begin with, it's the fucking weather.
And now it's time for our long-distance dedication.
This one comes from a military man stationed in Tovag. He writes, Dear Kain, I used to work with a brilliant man. He was a genius who was destined to do great things. I respected the man above all others. I was honored to serve beside him. He taught me what it meant to be a soldier, how to be a skilled leader, and even how to be a better man. I would and have done anything that man asked of me, and I did it with a smile. If I'm honest, I think I love that man. Or I did. One day, he looked me right in the eyes and told me he no longer trusted me. I was furious. Words were said, and we got into a fight. It has been years since he and I last stood face to face, but I still think of him almost daily. Kain, if you find the time, could you please pass along this message? I'll kill you, Vecna! I'll fucking kill you! I'm gonna take my sword and run it through your fucking neck! I won't stop until you're dust and you can never fucking come back! It's fight on sight, you son of a bitch! It's fight on sight! That was a message to Vecna, Lord of Darkness, from his former apprentice, Cass the Bloody-Handed. Gentlemen, this song is for you.
Fast while laughing cheerfully, but beside it there is a slow turtle, quietly smiling, not in a rush. The rabbit and the turtle, different yet friends, they complement each other, never fight, running together, chasing dreams in the race of life, full of twists and turns. The rabbit with its speed, the turtle with its calmness, learning to appreciate each other, understanding differences between the two creatures with different instincts. The rabbit and the turtle, different yet friends, they complement each other, never fight, running together, chasing dreams in the race of life, full of twists and turns. The rabbit with its speed, the turtle with its calmness, learning to appreciate each other, understanding differences between the two creatures with different instincts. The rabbit and the turtle, different yet friends, they complement each other, never fight, running together, chasing dreams in the race of life, full of twists and turns. No need to compete, with cooperation and sincerity they cultivate, realizing that life is not a race but a beautiful journey, walking hand in hand. The rabbit and the turtle, different yet friends, they complement each other, never fight, running together, chasing dreams in the race of life, full of twists and turns. The peaceful forest, the rabbit and the turtle, an example for us all, that friendship and togetherness are more valuable than anything else.
That was The Rabbit and the Tortoise Fairy by Wahoo Music. And now on with the show. It's time for our traffic report. We go to Jackson Stopper in our traffic copper. Shadowfell Road seems to be nice and open today, with no sign of stoppage, despite the frequent influx of monsters, aberrations, and the souls of travellers who have walked off the road and are now lost forever, unable to return to the land of the living. Over in Realm Space, there seems to be a bumper-to-bumper Spelljammer traffic, starting at Toril and running all the way through to Glythe. A ship-to-ship battle between two Spelljammers seems to be the cause. Now, while this occurrence is quite common in the Realm Space, in this instance, the combat has seemed to take forever, because, once again, the wizard hasn't read the rules of his spells beforehand. Over in Eberron traffic, the daily commute of the Corpse Collector, a mechanical golem who collects his corpses off the battlefield, has run into a delay. Despite being a creation devoid of intelligence, thought, personality, or even any semblance of a facial feature, the bard has continued to refer to the collector as Daddy, and is currently trying to seduce it. That was Jackson Stopper in our traffic copter. Traffic was brought to you by Illithid Eye Drops. Do you have dry eyes, itchy eyes, or a pesky personality? Illithid Eye Drops can help you out. All it takes is one dose. Talk to your pharmacist today and ask for it by name. Illithid eye drops may cause drowsiness, itchy eyes, drier eyes than ever before, heartburn, diarrhea, nausea, indigestion, tentacle growth. It may instill an urge to eat brains, a desire to link up with the elder brain, an internal craving to create and then enslave a race of superior soldiers, only to have that race turn against you. Death, anal bleeding, anal feeding, and of course, itchy toes. Illithid eye drops are meant for medium-sized humanoids. If you are a small or large race, do not take this, as it will cause weird mutations in itchy toes. And now try Flintstone's Illithid eye drops for kids. In political news, Asmodeus, the Lord of Hell, has announced his candidacy for the 2028 election for president. 78% of people polled said that despite Asmodeus being the ruler of Hell, the Archfiend, and the literal god of evil and the Lord of Lies, he seems far less evil and corrupt than the current president. One person even stated that they were looking forward to the devil's victory as he could bring back trust and legitimacy back to the office. The rest of the 22% people that were polled were unconscious. In Eberron news, several members of House Jarask were arrested today. They are being charged with the creation of a super soldier human, one that can resist pain, spells, and could lead their house to a more prominent dominance. This causes complications and could possibly bring up charges of perjury, because it was only a month ago that the leaders of House Jarask stood in front of the 5 nation councils and swore that they were not trying to create a super soldier. When asked about this, their lawyer said, no, they had their fingers crossed, it's fine. In crime news, famed hag Baba Yaga was arrested today. She's being charged for flaying a man alive. When asked, Baba Yaga said she was only trying to correct the man. He insisted on calling her a bitch, and she had to remind him that it was a W and not a B. Baba Yaga's sentencing is today, and already we have seen her 4 siblings arriving at the courthouse. For those in the know, there is currently rough tension between the Hourglass Coven and their adopted sister, Tasha. We will keep you up to date with the trial of Baba Yaga. And here to comment on the political news is Agev. Agev, what do you think of Asmodeus' 2028 campaign odds? You're right, that is going to be rough. Now you've heard of the growing trade war between Luskin and Neverwinter. What do you think is the best solution for these 2 feuding kingdoms? You're right. Paws are our best option. If they take a moment, they can review the situation and possibly get rid of these tariffs. Once again, that was our political expert, Agev. We have a call-in question. Hi there, how can I help you today?
Hi, my name is Tanya and I need help. My mom and I were attacked by these talking frogs and one scratched my mom. I think something's now growing inside of her.
Oh, wow, Tanya. That is big. Okay. I need you to calm down, take a deep breath, and listen very, very carefully. You are about to become a big sister! Now, a new baby is always a change in everybody's life, but there are some things you need to know. 1. Your life will always be harder than your younger siblings. 2. You will always get the shit end of the stick. And 3. You can never let them be right. Ever. Especially if they actually are. You will never, ever live it down.
Oh my god, it's coming out! This is bad! Help!
I hope the child is healthy,
Oh
and
God,
wish
oh my
you
God,
good
oh my
luck on this
God.
wonderful new step. Thanks for calling in, Tanya, and welcome to life
Oh.
as the older sibling. Well, that's about all the time we have here today at TTRPG 91.5 FM Morning Radio. It's Agev and Kain in the morning. Don't go anywhere and stay tuned, because next we have... here it is. The Endless Screams of the Innocent. Followed by our award-winning show, The Wails of the Undead. Join us tomorrow morning for more Morning Radio here on TTRPG 91.5. I'm your host, Kain Castor, and with me always is Agev the dog. Do you love the Dastardly decimal system and want to support us? Check out our new Patreon. Members will get access to show notes, official artwork, our new bonus episode series called Cleaning Up After Tea Time, and of course, plenty of cat pics by Vega voice actors Vash and Zid. You'll even be able to suggest a topic for a future episode. Check it out at patreon.com/Dastardly Decimal System. If you're not financially able and still want to support us, suggest the show to a D&D loving friend. It really helps us get noticed. The Dastardly Decimal System can be found on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Blue Sky at DD System Podcast. That's Delta Delta System Podcast. Drop us a message and say hi. Agev always loves the attention. This podcast was produced by Midnight Reading Audio, a division of Midnight Reading Publishing. Thank you, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. And April Fools.